Yo, we here. We here with Rashidi in the building. Kelly might be here in a second.
Right.
Here with arcaderealestate.com. You feel what I'm saying? So today we talking about man versus machine. So what's that about? Break it down for the people out there.
Yeah, man.
Very last compound.
Right. You don't know about that.
That's man. I mean, it's really about today. For example, me and Kenny was at Home Depot, gathering some stuff to actually make keys, to be direct, make keys for this apartment that we rented out that we're getting ready and prepping. And so we went to the guy to get keys. So it was a young dude in Home Depot. You know what I mean? He was making a copy of the keys. So I had about 10 keys. I gave him initially 3 keys. He made the copies of the keys. And I turned around and grabbed other keys. So I put on the counter so I could organize them. He ran off already. Right. So I called him back. I said, hey, bro, I still got like 8 more keys right now. I said, I still have like 8 more keys right now to actually be able to make copies. He was like, oh, you could do your self-service. There's a self-service center right there down the aisle. I was like, yeah, bro, but I want you to do it because I don't want to make any mistakes. And I want to make sure I get the right copies. He's like, no problem. So he wasn't paying attention. He only made 1 copy of 3 keys, so I let him be. Went over to the machine across, and it made all the keys for me. And it was crazy because when you look at it and you look at life, he doesn't realize his job is slowly getting replaced.
Right.
Literally, the key machine was way easier. It was self-serve, and his lack of customer service and lack of understanding, he didn't even realize I would have never tried to use the machine. Now that I know that the machine exists, I'll never go back to anybody in Home Depot to ask to make keys. I'll do it with the machine, which means eventually his job will get phased out.
Yep.
So we got to start being more aware of what our job is and creating other streams of income, because at the end of the day, these machines are taking over and it's phasing out people's jobs, and it's right before your eyes. And the combination of people being lazy and loving everything easy and convenient with technology, it's getting worse. They're actually speeding up the process.
Yep.
Right. That's crazy though. Well, yeah, I think what's happening now, because you even see this in a lot of these stores like Target and all this other shit where, you go just and check your own shit out. You just go there, put the shit in the machine, and then fucking buy the shit. So then it's kind of like, and they don't necessarily need as many workers. They might have like one person there to like help you if something goes wrong. But other than that, imagine you have 10, 15 machines that people could just go and check their shit out versus hiring 10, 15 people to you see what I'm saying? So then those 10, 15 people will be out of that job. And then it's like, okay, so if this becomes a thing that's obsolete, then how do you make your money if you're making your money was predicated on that job or those types of jobs? You feel what I'm saying? Keelim in the building. What's going on, man?
What's going on, fellas? Peace. What's going on?
No, chilling. So what's your take on this man versus machine shit? You feel what I'm saying?
Listen, man, machines they taking over. They taking over, and it's inevitable. It's quite sad, to be honest with you. You know how not only like basically where we're going. It's not even about where we're at right now, but where we're going with machines,
right?
Especially with artificial intelligence. It's gonna, and I don't know if you guys spoke on this, but it's gonna take over, everything. And if you don't find ways to at least learn how to use AI, then you are going to be irrelevant as far as in the workforce. You're not going to be needed.
Right.
So that's something that we all got to pay attention to. Even if you're not super tech savvy, try your best to at least know the basics, because if not, you'll fall further and further behind. I overheard Rashidi, talking about the incident in Home Depot. Right. And that's that, just as a prime example, the guy was literally showing us that he didn't even want his job anymore. Because he's like, listen, just do it over there. Right. Versus, you know what? The little time that I have left at this job because of these key dispensaries, let me try to at least help you. He didn't even want to do it. So that it just shows and proves that more and more, we're getting closer and closer to that age. And like even going to the supermarket, there's self-checkouts. There's self-checkouts for everything. So what is the purpose of, having employment at these places for humans? It's not.
Right.
You go to the McDonald's, there's a kiosk.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere you go, there's always the AI is pretty much taking over. So, we got it. And like I said, so you can't really go against it. You just have to know how to work with it. And by doing that, you have to learn how to use AI to, make that happen.
Right. Real shit. And, I feel like there's, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of those types of jobs that the machines can do is jobs that any person could do, which means that it's very expendable. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, well, if I can replace you with a machine,
Mm-hmm.
that what I hired you for isn't really that difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not that difficult, meaning that anybody could do it, then you're not in a good position if anybody could do your job.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to think about that too. I think a lot of people don't think about that, where if anyone can do the job, then that's kind of like where your job is shaky, because then you particular as an individual you're not necessary, because I can just replace you. You see what I'm saying? So I think people got to think about that too, as far as like what they're actually doing and what they do. And is what they're doing, are they replaceable? And not only replaceable in, and I think this is because anyone can be necessarily replaceable technically in a job, because you can also find somebody, but how difficult will it be to replace you? Mm-hmm. And if it's easy to replace you, then that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You probably should take it a little bit more serious. Yep.
Right. Like think about like Uber and Lyft drivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, like obviously they're needed, but then what happens? Like like Teslas, they drive themselves now.
Right.
Yep.
So it's only a matter of time before we get used to cars that drive us around themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So like to your point, how important is your job, and do they really need you?
Mm-hmm.
And then and you have to ask yourself that question for whatever job that you do. And if they don't really need you, you have to find something that you are needed for and create that and do that. I know it sounds easier said than done, but that's really what has to happen for the future. You have to have something that people need, a service that they need, that a robot, not necessarily, they could probably do it too, but they still need you as a human to operate certain things.
Right.
So that's something you really got to think about. It's tough. It's crazy. Just the world we living in today is, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, because like imagine like even for example, I feel like there's certain things that are happening today that people years ago wouldn't have thought that this thing would be in place, that totally destroyed their job. Because like think about like the music industry, where they had people who would make CDs and shit. Like nobody's making CDs. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's like that. Whoever was making CDs, their job is finished.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not really a thing that like I haven't even seen a CD player. Like I haven't seen one of those in forever. I don't even know if you could, like where can you even get a CD? You should probably
go to like an old antique shop or something.
So it's like, but that's the thing. I think what's interesting is everything, and this is the ironic part. This is what I think. I don't know. There's so much I think about this. The ironic part about all this is that we're saying man versus machine, but I feel like men are now reliant on machines for a lot of what we do now. You know what I'm saying? Like we were relying on even like the internet, like the computers, like we're reliant on the machine for us to do the job that we're doing even. You feel what I'm saying right now at this moment? Or you might have people where, with technology, like even like a lot of places that you go, the fact that you can go to Target and, you know what I'm saying? Like check your shit out on your own, that machine, like they're reliant on those machines. You see what I'm saying? So that's the interesting part about it, where it's like man versus machine, but at the same time, it's like we need the machine at the same time, even though it's like, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny. It's a funny relationship, because right now, a lot of the machines currently need us to push the button.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Soon it won't be like that. They won't need us anymore. When we get to that phase, that's when it's going to be like on a whole nother level. That's when it's going to be scary.
To the Terminator phase, right?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. When we get to that phase, that's when it's like, because I seen a video. They was like they was showing like a timeline from like, it was like from 1980 something all the way to like 2016, the development stages of the machine, like robots.
Right.
And it showed, you know, literally from the different stages of them just learning how to walk, and, you know, all the way to 2016 to where they just started doing backflips and, you know, started they were playing tennis.
Right.
And it got to the point where you can see that the machine was thinking for itself. And that's where the artificial intelligence comes in, to the point where, like you were saying, we need them, but then also they need us, but at some point they won't need us anymore, because they're going to be thinking for themselves. And once they think for themselves, that's, like I said, that's when it's on a whole other level. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. You get what I'm saying? So that's, you know, that's my thought on it.
I think I want to say this, where that the companies that make these machines, the companies that invest in AI, are doing this on purpose. The guy at the kiosk, at the key place at Home Depot or whatever. These corporations are relying on the laziness and the apathy of the average human.
Right.
You understand? Like, I mean, it's things that I could say, but I ain't gonna say it here. But there's a lot of what's the word? There's a lot of incompetence these days. There's a whole lot of incompetence these days, and it's because people are not I guess motivated, or I guess people don't see a reason to go the extra mile and do what needs to be done.
Right.
You know, and you know, the more and more we raise kids on these computer screens, the more and more, you know, we give kids participation trophies for, you know, just, you know, we give everybody a participation trophy. The more and more that we, you know, teach people to not believe in themselves, you know, it's just going to be it's just going to be a generation of, you know, human blobs who like, bro, a lot of niggas think it's bullshit, but the whole thing in the Matrix of like having people just hooked up to shit, or even that movie, you know, Ready Player One,
right?
Everybody's just connected to a video game, or connected to, you know, the metaverse, or connected to virtual reality,
right?
Like if you really, because even today we was talking about on the Bad Boy Show, Lucario, we was explaining how it's funny how the world is operating on narratives as opposed to reality.
Exactly.
You know, like one guy, you know, who happens to garner a lot of attention on social media, puts a post that says black women ain't shit.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you have a generation of young black men that literally think black women ain't shit. And that's just an example. I'm not here trying to be on no blackity black shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. But all I'm saying is we see these narratives. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you know, a better example, all Western women are fucked up, and the dating game is you know, the dating pool got piss in it. So you might as well get your passports and just go to another country, bro.
Right.
And that's how these niggas call it. Oh, hey, man, you know, there's no money out here. We're in a recession. Like, those are narratives.
Right.
I mean, we might actually be in a recession. Please don't get me wrong. Because, you know, you got some people that could really break down the numbers. But there are people out there that are working hard.
Right.
You understand? I know people that quit their job and is still doing good.
Right, exactly.
In the middle of a recession, but that's for the people who are competent and who are willing to go out and get it. So we could be we're in a recession, but am I going to fall to the narrative, or am I going to create my own reality?
Right.
And that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of this shit, because it's really not just man versus machine as far as like employment. It's man versus machine as far as mindset. Literally, the machine is telling you how to think.
Right, exactly.
It's crazy. Niggas want to talk about AI and imagine the machines are learning on their own, but with social media, the machines are feeding you narratives and telling you what and how to think.
Right, exactly.
So most people in America think that there's no way for them to find true love. Most people in America think that there's really no reason to believe in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Most people in America think that, we're in a recession and everything is all fucked up. So what's the point of trying to make money when I'm just going to fall on my face anyway?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, I have never not been able to get a fucking Uber.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's the amount of money that these motherfuckers just now behind the scenes, we was talking about, and we don't have to mention it, but we were talking about different kinds of real estate. Right? Mm-hmm. There's people out there that need housing, and the government will pay you for different kinds of housing.
Right.
But if you're not willing to do the research and go further and look into it, mm-hmm. and go beyond the narrative of it's a recession and I can't make any money.
Right.
Not willing to go beyond the narrative that the machine is telling you to think in the first place, then you'll never be able to change your fucking reality.
Mm-hmm.
That's why niggas like us don't get. That's why there's only 28 fucking people watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because we're not feeding into the narrative of, everybody's broke and, black bitches ain't shit and Western women is all fucked up and get your passport, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the dating pool is full of piss and, and I'm triggered and, all this other, like so many fucking things. Mm-hmm. Oh, Puffy and Cassie and hey guys, you know what? Let's stop the show. Let's stop the show. I'm upset right now because Cardi B and Offset done broke up.
Right. Exactly.
Fuck what y'all talking about trying to stay conscious in a world run by machines. Mm. Cardi B and Offset just broke up. What am I going to do now when my idols are not in a healthy relationship anymore?
Right. Exactly.
I find love if Cardi B and Offset can't do it. Jesus Christ. Like niggas is living their life off narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Not real life no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody you see, nigga, for the first half of the show while y'all niggas was talking, I'm scrolling through Instagram my damn self.
Right. Exactly. That's how it happens.
I'm listening, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, because listen, I'm a 42-year-old man. All of us grew up in the time of fucking payphones and we was just behind the scenes talking about how you don't even see a fucking compact disc anymore. Niggas have to go buy CDs to listen to music, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, but the niggas in the younger generations don't have the duality where you can operate in social media but still understand there's a real world. Imagine what the average 12-year-old thinks when his whole fucking life has been on this.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
No, that's
think about that shit, my niggas. Don't you remember when you had to fucking stick a quarter into the fucking phone to use it?
Right, exactly.
Remember when you had to get your mom may have bought you a beeper, be like, listen, when you get home, I'm gonna beep you and you better call me while I'm at work so I know you got home safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Think about all cause we lived in the analog world. Niggas used to still read the newspaper. Nigga, you know how good newspaper is at cleaning windows? I can't find newspapers no more.
Exactly.
When you say that, because I was just talking about a vision board party that we about to have, right? And I said you could use magazines and newspapers, but I said forget the newspapers because there's no more newspapers. But you could use pictures from online to use for your vision board. But it clicked for me that wait a minute, there's no more newspapers.
There is no more newspapers.
Right.
I barely use my printer anymore, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I just came off a trip. The boarding pass, bro. The fucking boarding pass.
Right. It's all on the phone.
Everything.
Right.
So about the 6-year-old that's going to turn into a 10-year-old, that's going to turn into a 20-year-old person, and all the narratives that have been fed into the brain of that child, and then they become a fucking adult.
Exactly.
They're gonna be fucking what's the nigga name? Daniel Kaluuya on the fucking bike.
Right, exactly.
Fucking riding bikes for currency, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck you nigga? All of the fucking shout out to that nigga from Public Enemy, Professor Griff.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the fucking conspiracy theory niggas that
my guys
used to look at them and be like, man, these niggas is crazy. What the fuck they talking about? No, it's real.
Right, exactly.
Fucking real.
Exactly.
Nigga, I pay all my bills off of fucking with the internet, nigga. Bro, I took a trip the other day. Nigga, every time I wanted to go somewhere, all I had to do was take out my phone and a car just magically appeared with some fucking minority nigga driving.
Right.
Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm telling, this is me, a 42-year-old man. I still know the difference between what's going on in social media and the real world. But imagine the fucking 6-year-old right now. Bro, I went to dinner the other day. Every child in the restaurant, the fucking parent, here, take your phone. Here.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
Kid, the shit is on a kickstand on the table, and the kid is eating and just looking at the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents are talking to each other, and the kid is just. The incompetency is good, bro. Let me tell you something. Y'all think it's bad? You think it's bad now?
Mm-hmm.
Bro. You think when we be on our shows and we, we might call these niggas dumb or call these niggas bitch ass nigga or whatever the fuck, bro? You think it's bad now?
It's gonna be crazy.
About man versus machine. The machine. I got news for every last one of y'all motherfuckers. The machines are winning.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Bro, that's why. That's a part of the. That's another reason why I don't want to have kids. No disrespect to anybody who got kids. I know there's niggas on this panel that got kids. No disrespect, but I look at this world. This ain't the world that I want my nigga to grow up in.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't because here's the thing. Because don't get me wrong. I'm gonna raise him to be stronger than I am. But he's gonna be in a world full of fucking mush heads.
Right.
Yo, I feel the same way, bro. I feel the same way. I be having mixed feelings about that whole process, bro. Because low-key, I don't have any myself, but I do want. But I question it. I question that process just because of how the world is today. It's crazy. And having to be, having to raise him or her in this type of world.
Yeah, because back in the day, what happened was this, right? We were still conditioned and indoctrinated by what we saw on TV, right?
Yeah.
The difference was TV was we had a time where we would watch TV and a time where we would be outside.
Yes.
So we had balance. So what happened is that even if you were sort of influenced by what you saw on TV, you also had a balance of what you saw outside and
the real world.
You can make decisions based on your own, information of getting all these different things and say, oh, okay, well, the TV's saying this, but my experience is telling me this.
Right, do the DTT and the suplex on my cousin like that because the wrestling niggas could do it, but when I try to do it on a concrete, I might hurt myself.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Because what happens is that because the 6-year-old is glued to his phone, all he's getting is what's on his phone. Right. So now, let's say you have a young boy and he's getting these messages about being a man and women and all this other stuff, and he's only getting it through the phone. So he's going to believe the world is a certain place, and that's going to affect how he actually interacts with the world outside. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Bro, when I say the shit that I say, it's not even an ego thing no more. When I say like niggas like us is the last real niggas, I'm not saying it like it's a compliment. I'm saying it because y'all niggas is fucked. Like all of y'all 22 and younger niggas that might be watching this, y'all niggas is done. Bro, there won't even be a real president no more. Y'all won't even know what the fuck that is.
Right.
Oh, president? What's that? The only thing I know is social media influencers. And they tell me how to live my life. Bro, a lot of niggas think that we're social media influencers. Lucario, don't we tell niggas all the time that we're not YouTubers?
Exactly, right. It's a fact.
We only use social media to inject a message.
Right.
We're literally coming from that's why our other show that we do is called Real Game No Theory, because we literally come from the real world to remind niggas about real life. Like we literally just sit here and tell niggas stories about how life used to be. Hey, like back in the day, you used to have to go to a bank.
Right.
like back in the day, bro, anybody on this panel right now, when was the last time you actually cashed a check?
Shit, that was forever ago.
Last time you took a piece of paper to the fucking bank.
That shit is like what?
I still do it every once in a while just to be a human. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like once in a while I do it just to be a normal human. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be holding on to little things from the past. Every once in a while I be doing it. To your point, it really is like that though. And even to piggyback off what y'all said, TV shows back in the day actually gave you and correlated real life stuff with the outside world. Like, for example, Inspector Gadget, or you find in Carmen San Diego, where you know what I mean? Like, you were looking under sheets, looking for clues, Scooby-Doo, all that type of stuff. And so therefore in real life, when you had to find something, you're like, yo, Inspector Gadget, let me look under this. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. This day and age, like you said, it's just brainless mind waves of TV, not teaching you anything and not teaching what the real world is. And that's the main difference. At least back in the day, TV correlated with real life. These day and age, like you said, is just sending whatever narrative they want to put out there, and you can't back it up. You can't confirm it. So all you see is on TV. You know what I mean? I asked my son to look for something. He would be looking around, and it'll be right in his face.
Yo.
And he would be lost. I can't find it. And I'm like, it's right there. But if he had an episode of Inspector Gadget or Carmen San Diego, he'd be like, oh, it's right here. But nah, he knows nothing. Just a tablet. And that's it. Like, but it's real. The point is real though. Like, the world is creating us the mindless drones with AI happening right now. It's really taking over thinking for you. Even myself, the GPS. I know the Bronx like the back of my hand. I use the GPS to go everywhere. Even the neighborhoods I grew up in. For no reason. For no reason. I'm turning right when I knew I could have took a right at another street to get to where I need to get to because I'm following GPS.
There is a reason though. There is a reason, but see, it's shit like this. It's shit like this that got you fucked up, because sooner or later you don't even realize it, but you start to depend on the fucking GPS. But
absolutely,
I try to keep it conscious that the reason why I use, because every once in a while I still use GPS to go home. I know where my house is. I know how to get to my house. But check this out. Here's the beauty of the technology and why it's always gonna win. Because even as a conscious person who doesn't need directions, the GPS helps me to pick the best way to get home and the fastest way to get home. So I'm still gonna fuck with it.
Right.
But check this out. That 6-year-old kid, when he gets to my age, he's putting it on because the GPS automatically comes on when he turns his fucking car on.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's the difference between us and them. We press the button. We'll turn it on because we consciously know why we're using it. The 6-year-old, he has to use it. Like he does, because he literally doesn't know any other way. And I want to like kind of address this. And I know, Dan, I know you're joking, buddy. But the point I want to make is this: I feel that I have to be as passionate as I am because I want niggas to understand the difference between me and some fucking AI image. Honestly. I want niggas to remember what human passion sounds and feels like. Although they probably gonna figure out a way to fucking replicate this shit anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be the last nigga that actually is what he called it, a you screamer. I want to be the last motherfucker that niggas is still looking at me like I'm weird for having some type of passion and yelling on the internet. When they're just all they're gonna see at some point in the future is a fucking docile, monotonous, smiling face. Like, okay, so guys, take your nodes, put it this way, turn it like this, and put it in the. And now take your phone, go to your notification tab, and then press the button, and then inject it right into the back of your neck, and you will be connected. That's all you're gonna see in the future, bro. It's niggas. Did you know that they are AI only? They are AI OnlyFans models now.
Yeah. Like actual fake chicks that don't exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Bro, the other day I saw a fucking thing where the porn model was talking about how they paid her a bunch of money. She went to a motion capture facility and they put all the dots and shit on her, and then they acted out a few scenes. And now she has a fucking digital avatar. Now they're using her digital avatar to do digital fucking porn. And niggas are signing up for digital porn. They don't even want to see real bitches getting fucked no more.
Exactly. It's crazy.
Where the fuck y'all niggas think this is going? The machine will always win. The machine will always win.
Because it's like, yo, I'm telling you, the machines, they're gonna start realizing how stupid humans are. They're like, fuck, we need these guys for. Let's get them out of here. So any last thoughts on this? What are you guys' last thoughts on this topic and shit before we wrap this up?
I mean, my last thoughts is just really one of those things where no matter what job you have or you're doing, you need to start creating multiple streams of income, because slowly but definitely surely, and not even slowly no more, your job is getting replaced. So you better keep up with the times and start creating other streams of income, not depending on the job you do, because jobs only last about 5 to 10 years and it becomes obsolete.
Crazy. Man, so this was Adam A saying this is more of a man question, but if I meet a motherfucker that has game and is all about himself, is it weird to hit him up for guidance? No.
as long as he says, as long as he gave you permission to hit him up,
right?
As long as he gave you his information to hit him up. Don't stalk the nigga on social media and find him that way.
Right.
Because if he's a real nigga with game and you stalk him on social media, he probably gonna have a problem with that. I would.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? But if you meet me in real life and be like, yo, man, you seem like a nigga that got game, I'd like to have you as a mentor or a resource I could hit up from time to time. Then that makes sense. So, but don't be stalking niggas on social media though, my nigga. Facts.
All right, people. So, guys, make sure you guys go to rktrealestate.com. Hit up Kaylee and Rashidi.
Yep.
So, and when's that next event that you got coming up?
Yeah, so we got a Christmas party on the 23rd, December 23rd.
Oh my God.
Saturday from 3 to 7 p.m. That's in Jamaica, Queens.
All right, that's what's up. So, guys, hit up Kaylee and Rashidi for the info. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys can get that shit cracking.
Which one of y'all dressing up as Santa Claus?
Definitely not me.
None of us, nigga. Hey, we ain't that married.
All right, y'all. We'll holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We going.